Hi, Peter Charles here. And when I was 8 years old, I was given this Kodak Brownie Starlet camera and a roll of black and white film. So I have been shooting black and white for a long time. It's a natural home for me. And with our modern digital cameras, we have this great potential to produce excellent black and white images. So I thought it might be cool if I put up my workflow for turning out black and white photos. Okay, let's take a look at my workflow for producing a black and white image from a color original. And you could do this in a number of softwares. You could do it in Photoshop, Affinity Photo 2, whatever you happen to like. I also like using Silver Efex Pro as well by the Nik software group. That particular software has more of a black and white darkroom feel. And I used to do quite a bit of darkroom work years ago. So it's sort of like a natural home for me to go back to a software that works like a darkroom. But other than that, you could do all of what I'm talking about within Affinity or Photoshop or any of the other softwares. So let's get going and have a look at my workflow. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is amend our image quality. Right now, you see I'm at Fine, which is a JPEG. And I'm going to move it to raw normal. And obviously I want a raw file, which is going to be in color. But I want a JPEG black and white. And I'm going to use normal or lower quality because I'm just using it for selection reasons. And then I come over here and change my film simulation. And I'm going to use Acros Yellow for my black and white mode. And the result of this is that when I shoot an image, I'm going to get a raw color image and normal level quality black and white image. Once I'm back home, I'll load the images into a temporary folder, and I'll turn that temporary folder onto icon view and enlarge them so that I get the images side by side, the raw image and the black and white. And I'll use that kind of approach to sort through and find out the ones I like. If I find one that is appealing, I'll pop it open into quick view so I can see what it's really like. And if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll delete it. I'll also delete all of the others, including the black and white, and I'll only end up keeping the raw images of those that I like. Now I'm going to use this very, very colorful image of beach toys to illustrate how I work in black and white and the workflow I use. Here, this is a raw file, pretty well straight out of the camera. Then I'll load the raw file into Affinity Photo in this case, but you could use any editing software. And what I'll do is make basic adjustments. Cropping, straightening. One of the important things I'll do is increase saturation and vibrancy to give me a little bit more color to work with when I convert it to black and white. And I might make contrast and exposure changes as well. But it's adjustments just to prepare it for black and white. Now I could leave the image in Affinity Photo 2 and do all of my black and white editing there. But I happen to like Silver Efex Pro 2. It's an old copy, but I'm going to get a new one of these days. And it replicates the darkroom experience, which is why I like it. So to prepare the file, I export the image as a high-quality TIFF file. Here we're in Silver Efex Pro 2, and I want to draw your attention to the sliders in the bottom right. And you see as I move the sliders what a change it makes in the image. This is why we use a color image for the basis of our editing. We have complete control over the tonality and the contrast in the image by adjusting these color sliders. And it produces some very interesting effects. So you could do this in Affinity or Photoshop or any of the other editing softwares. They all have these sliders. The key is to start off with a color file, preferably a color TIFF or color raw if you're working directly in the original software. Either way, we work with these color sliders to work with the contrast and get the tonal level of the image that we want. So we're going to have a look at an image here where I've actually finished with these beach toys. On the left, we have the black and white JPEG straight out of the camera. And on the right, we have the modified image that I have put through raw developing, exporting to TIFF, and then putting it into Silver Effects Pro and working with the color sliders to get the effect I want. So you can see it's a dramatic difference between what you would get out of the camera in a black and white mode and what you can do with the color image converted to black and white. Okay, you've had a chance to see what I do and how it turns out. I thought it'd be kind of cool if I put up some of the black and white photos I've produced using this process. So let's go take a look at some of these. Okay, there you go. You got a good idea of what I've been doing with the softwares in this workflow. The thing is to have a good color original to begin with that's well saturated, good contrast. You fixed any exposure issues or anything like that. So you're starting off with a good color original, and then you begin turning it into black and white, working with the color sliders to enhance whatever tonality you need to have it enhanced. And you can end up producing quite an effective black and white. And it's not that difficult. Once you get working with those color sliders, you can get a real feel for what you can turn out. So give it a try. Just grab a color raw file that you have handy, slap it in the software, and turn it to black and white and start seeing what you can produce. Cheers.